I'm here to tell you about my story and my journey of mental illness. So before I had my diagnosis and before any of this began, I used to get really low points in my life. During school, I was in boarding, and a lot of my friends were wondering, okay, what's going on? But I just used to get so low that I wouldn't want to work, I wouldn't want to eat. And then I used to get really high highs as well, where everything was amazing. I was over the moon, happy. And it wasn't normal. It wasn't something that I noticed was normal. And so as I finally went into my last 2 years of high school, I went abroad to Costa Rica and I did the IB. I stopped attending 90% of my classes at a certain point, and I started day drinking and just basically self-medicating to try and feel better. I didn't know what was going on with me. And so time came, I hadn't talked to my family for 3 months. They'd call me through my peers, they'd call me through my teachers, and I'd say I don't want to talk to them. I completely avoided any contact with anyone that knew me very well. And one day I just got fed up. I was like, you know what? I need to come home. And it was a week to exams. So I called my parents, I told them everything that had been going on, that I wasn't attending my classes, that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, and how I was feeling on the inside. So I came home, and first thing we did was go to a therapist to get a screening. Now, one thing that's really important is being honest about what's going on in your mind and what's going on in your life. So for my first diagnosis, I wasn't completely honest, and I got the wrong diagnosis. So I wasn't put on medication like I needed to be. So the second time around, I had gone into another depressive episode, and I didn't know why it was happening. I didn't know what was wrong with me. So we went in again for a second diagnosis, and I found out that I had schizoaffective disorder. So it explained a lot of the burnout, a lot of the tiredness, a lot of the depression, and I was put on medication. Since then, it has solved so much for me. I finally know what's wrong. I can tell my triggers. I can tell when I'm going to go into a low or when I'm going into a high. And I've been taking a gap year just to figure out all of this. And now I'm honestly a new creation. I really needed to seek the help, and I needed to be honest about what was going on in my head and what was going on in my life. And from there, I realized it's not a death sentence. Having mental illness does not determine your future. It does not determine who you are as a person. It's just a condition like any other disease, and it must be treated chemically and via therapy. So I've experienced a lot of healing since then, and now I'm ready to face the world.